Take a nice deep breath in. Whew. Release that nice deep breath. Alright, let's get to the point. Cloning. Cloning Station's eugenics program. The woolly mammoth. So, as you know, the first thing that we know of that was cloned was the sheep Dolly. Now, the real big question is, and I have answers to. Now, this is video part 1. I'm going to do a part 2 about this because it all started with Hitler. Hitler, he wanted to clone a bunch of animals in order to have his own hunting property in probably Berlin. That was his favorite place. But he was cloning almost. I think he wasn't just he was cloning animals. Like, for some reason, I think he was fascinated with this big wild boar. Not only that, he liked really masculine animals, so he was actually cloning animals in order to have his own hunting ground for him and his posse, or whatever you want to call them, murderer friends. So we adopted their scientists in Project Paperclip. So the question is, cloning humans real? Absolutely. Is it ethical? Not up for me to decide. Cloning is actually illegal in America and a lot of countries. However, there are countries where it's not illegal, and that's where some scientists go to do it. Now, let me go a little further into this. I guarantee they're doing it in America, but they do everything underground. Now, here's my experience. Have you ever had a dream, as Neo said, that felt so real you can't tell whether it was real or not? No fingers being pointed back at me. I've had that dream, okay? This is my claim. I went to a cloning station once, and I remember it. Actually, it was twice. The second time was... I'm not going to go into the second time, but I'll tell you the first time I went. I went there with my so-called mom, which at the time... Again, this is a dream, I think. I'm not really sure. I don't think it was a dream, to be honest with you. I'm pretty sure it was real. Anyways, where are the cloning stations? I'm sure they have one where I live. They have one in Disney World, under Disney World. They have them all over the place. So they took me down to this cloning station, and in the cloning station they had this huge wave pool, right? But if you've ever been to like Disney World and they've shown you how they make movies and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It was similarly to that. That's kind of like what it looked like, a movie set. And they did like a little scare tactics things, but they had me all doped up. But the thing is, I wasn't doped up enough because I was coherent. And in this experience, I remember there was this wave pool. It was all underground. And in this wave pool, it was huge. It looked like it went for miles. And it was the water was very dark in it. What else do I remember? Yeah, I remember a bridge collapsing, and then it just set itself right back up. And they tried to do little scare tactics, like the show scare tactics on me. And they're like, how did it make you feel? I was like, yeah, I just didn't have too much of an expression because I was really doped up in the experience. Now, then they took me to a room, and in the room there was let's see, there's about 13 other people. I was the older one, and then there was a younger one, and they paired us up. And there's a young Nigerian boy, at least I think he was Nigerian, and he was very like rah rah rah, very intimidating. He didn't intimidate me. I was, Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, he was pairing us up with like brothers, like little brothers, and he pointed at me. He goes, he's in that tribe, and it was 13 people. I remember, and they were talking about tribes. That's what I remember. And so I was sitting next to this little kid, and they said it was my little brother, and I'm like, okay, whatever that means. I don't really understand. Now, The second experience, I will go into the second experience. That was that. That was the rest of it. And then I think I went home from there. The second time it happened to me was much different. Now, again, I'm gonna make a part 2 video about this. The second time was much different. It was in a different place, and I'm not sure where it was. Have no idea where either of these. I feel like they were close by wherever I live. But this one was quite different, and I almost felt like I was on a spaceship. And again, it was after I went to sleep. Now, there's something very weird that happened during this whole journey. Now, they let me roam around. They let me see inside the rooms, right? And I'm looking inside the rooms, and what do I see? Little girls, and they're sitting on computers. And there were a bunch of rooms with a bunch of little girls learning on computers. But the weird thing was, I don't remember them. Okay, and I know this is gonna sound super freaking awkward, but nobody had genitals. And when I say little girls, they were like probably of age. They're probably like 18. So young women. But I don't remember them having genitals in the dream. If it was a dream, that's the whole thing. Is I almost believe it was real, and I was pretty doped up again. But they showed me around, and they actually let me go around the cloning station. Now, then I hit this wall, this invisible wall, and it hurt my body so bad, okay, that I was going like this, like literally, like I couldn't stop jolting, okay. And then a little bit after that, I woke up, okay. But I saw all around the cloning station. They let me check it out. I don't know why they let me do it, but I wasn't there. Unless they did clone me, I don't know. But I woke up going like this, and I couldn't stop jolting. I was jolting, and my arms were going like this, and I'm sitting there trying to get out of whatever the hell is going on to me. And finally, like, I'm able to start. I'm able to move again, right? And that was that. And that was my experience with both times at the cloning stations. Now, there's more to the stories. I'll add it in a different video. So cloning, is it real? Absolutely. Did they clone human beings? Absolutely. Matter of fact, Britney Spears, she made a video on it, okay? And one of her music videos, I'm not sure what it's called, but you see a factory, right? And what do you see? You see one after another of her coming out, right? Also, I just thought of this. The old song by Eminem, "Who is the real Slim Shady? Please stand up." What did you see? 100 lookalikes, a bunch of clones, right? So who is the real Slim Shady? Please stand up. Think about that. I'm the Slim Shady. Think about the lyrics to the song. So, is cloning real? Do they clone human beings? Yes. It's a program. Not only do they're cloning the woolly mammoth. They brought it back to. I don't know if they brought it back to life. I can't tell you that that's a fact or not, and that's something I'm sure they wouldn't tell us. But that is my experience, and it was so like fused together and again, this happened a couple weeks from each other. But I think it happened to me. I really honestly believe that I went to a cloning station. I'm almost 100% positive. And I would lean towards, I definitely went to one rather than not going to one. But brothers and sisters, yes, they clone people. Okay, right now, also, I want to add the Mandela effect. Now, the Mandela effect, what happened was, right now, CERN did something they weren't supposed to, and 4 years ago, I was all interested in about this Mandela effect, what happened, what was going on, why was it happening, and I listened to a robotic voice, and it said, she said, what we did, we went in there, it was in the middle of the night, and it painted a perfect picture in my head of what happened. She said, you won't understand what happened until 2020. Now, this is a year where we all are supposed to be getting our vision back and waking up to the truth, okay? Now, the age of Aquarius, the winter solstice is coming. It's a new beginning. Family, if you don't know the time, believe in yourself. So, as I was saying, it's real, man, and is it frightening? No, but I don't know. How do you feel about it? I don't know if I feel like it's unethical. I don't know how I feel about it. But back to what I was saying about the Mandela effect. We're talking about timelines, infinite timelines. I'm gonna explain it like this again. Okay? Picture a book full of blank pages. Well, you're on every one of those pages, and you're different. You're different. You do something different. One of you is wealthy. One of you is poor. One of you is doing something crazy. One of you is having fun. One of you, it's something different. Timelines, what CERN accidentally did is they created black matter, not by accident. Actually, it may have been by accident, but if you need to understand CERN first before it's physics, really. It's more than just physics, but they knocked us off our timelines, which means people remember certain things. So back to one of my other videos, time travel. Time travel is real. They knocked us off our timeline. So the person you know may not be the same person that was on your timeline. We got knocked off our timelines, man. That's what happened. So if you don't understand what I'm saying, the Mandela effect, we got slapped out of our timelines. That's the reason why everybody was so confused about what people were saying, like in movies and all this stuff, that people had proof of it. And one thing is, remember, the Bible. What happened in the Bible is they changed the words in it, man. Like, brothers and sisters, they changed the words in the Bible. This is all true. That's the scary part. That's the freaky part about it. But yeah, that's my story with cloning. So yeah, cloning's very real. I'm not here to knock on it because, I'm not the one doing it. And is it unethical? I don't know. I don't know. But I will tell you this: the clones that they do come out with, not all of them. Some of them come out deformed, so they need to redo it. So it's a very intricate process and it's hard to do, and it's very expensive. There's actually some people are saying it's not expensive at all. They can do it really quickly, but they can also clone you to the exact age. We're not talking about cloning you into a baby using your DNA. We're talking about cloning you to the exact age. Watch Resident Evil. She had multiple clones. Brothers and sisters, I've always tell you this. Everything is hidden in plain sight. So, there's my story. I'm sticking by it. With that said, I want to give my thanks and praise to God. I want to give my thanks and praises to the universe, and ultimately, I want to give my thanks and praise to everybody watching my channel. Thank you very much for supporting me. And I want to know if you think it's ethical or not. So if you decide you want to comment, please comment. I'd be more than willing to talk about it with you. It's a very interesting subject, but I'm going to study it a little more because I know Hitler was the one to start it. And he had a whole plan, man. He was a genius, but he was an evil genius. That's the problem. Anyways, with that said, peace be with you. Also with you. Have a great day.